Person Big Difference family. There we go. Good evening, everybody. It is Sean and Michelle Poe and the One Person Big Difference family here. It is March 3rd. It is March. Can you believe it is March? It is March Madness. It is March Happiness. It is March. Who here? Put a number 1 in the chat if you know of a March birthday. I know so many March birthdays, and I just think March babies are just the sweetest darn things on the planet. I just do. There's just so many great March people. So if your birthday or you know somebody, you put it in the chat on who you know, and let's just celebrate and let's have a good time in March. March has amazing energy, 31 days to go out and bless everybody and to make a difference. There's rocking awesome calls that are going to be happening. Sean, I don't know if you have the slide deck ready or not, but as I'm sitting here thinking of March Madness, did you guys see in the One Person Big Difference, Telegram, or Facebook that there are specific led March Madness calls, Zooms, opportunity that are going on this week? It is so exciting. It is done by some of our, we call them our cousins here in LifeVantage. We all work together. Sean will put the screen up, but it's going to be for specific people, you know, like healthcare professionals or hairdressers. So take a picture of this. It is in Telegram. It is on Facebook. The Zoom information is also out there with the password. But you guys, tonight, get out your notebooks and get out your pen, go through your phone and database. And then ask your customers, who do you know who? Who do you know who is a beauty? Who's in the beauty industry and is a teacher? Who do you know who is a first responder, military, or medical professional? Who do you know that's an influencer or is in the fitness industry? Who do you know that's a stay-at-home mom, dad, grandparent who has their own business? Oh my gosh, focusing on each of those and letting the person know, hey, Angie, oh my goodness gracious, I know how hard you and your husband work. You guys have this business, you're out, like compliment the people, let them know why you thought about them. Okay, this is going to be a quick 30-minute overview, but you are going to freak out when you hear about this information. It is totally right up your alley. Short, sweet, why did you think about them? Specific to them. So excited for these, you guys. Don't let these pass you by. These are going to be happening through the month, but act like this is the very end of the month and you have just people that need to know about this because the world does deserve to know about this. Get your list and just brain dump and brain dump and brain dump and brain dump all of these areas. And like I said, get out your phone. It is shocking. During COVID, we did an exercise where we went through the alphabet in our phones. We spent like an hour, we did a power hour, and the first little bit we went through the A's, and then we went through the B's, and then we went through the C's on our phone. I was so, like, I had a couple words with myself. I was like, Michelle Marie, you have not shared with this person. This person is in your phone because I hadn't taken the time to go through all of my phones. So anyway, who is in? Put a high five, a number 5 in the chat. If you are in, these are going to be great, quick, powerful. Don't let them pass you by. March is going to be amazing. So, okay, that was just on my head there, Sean. So wanted to get that out right away. But so you can go on to the next one. But again, we just want to welcome you guys. We are in a new month. I am so excited. Put in the chat a number 2 if you have heard of my dear friend Lauren LaHave. Lauren LaHave is a very close friend of mine. She works for Tony Robbins and has worked for Tony Robbins for over 30 years. She does the health and life trainings in Fiji. She also does on the virtual side. She's worked with him, like I said, forever. She is a wonderful human and really makes a difference. And she also has these events called Own It. And then the very beginning there. She's very powerful and she brings in strong women. Now, this is for men and women. It is like she focuses a lot on bringing women, but men, I'm telling you, if you understand the power of the women and the mind, and and just everything behind it is powerful. So she and I were talking again today, and she said, Michelle, I want to gift your team. This is how good she is to us. I want to gift your team the opportunity to attend this for free. It is normally for VIP people, I think like a $1,500 ticket. I can't remember. And then it's like 500. And then I think the online one is like 98 or it's $100 or something. So there's pros and cons with that. Whenever something is given for free, people don't generally add much value to it. And they just kind of let it fly and just be. I am telling you, this event and anything that she does will get your brain to think. It'll expand your vision. Do you know of anybody that like pours love on, but then also gives you a smack in the tush to get to work or to get into action or to do any of those things? That's Lauren. And she brings, I can't even tell you the type of speakers. I mean, top notch speakers. So anyway, I wanted to let you know that she is very excited. So take a picture of this if you haven't. You are going to have to use that promo code at the bottom there. It is over this weekend. So I've been there live. I would be there live if it wasn't for some stuff with Elise this week. So you are welcome to attend. And she also said, feel free to share this with your loving family. If you have any coworkers or anything of that sort. She's just being so generous for our team. So isn't that amazing? She is amazing. If you've seen my I am cards, Lauren is the mastermind behind of those I am cards. Those are her cards. She's an author. Anyway, yes. There is a time, I don't know it off the top of my head, but if you go to the registration area, you'll see all the details there. So that's that. All right, Sean Poe. Next thing.
That's going to be it for slides for you.
Okay. So Sean and I, we were talking a lot this week through different life things that have gone on with us. And just the gratitude that we have in our lives and our hearts for LifeVantage and for each and every one of you. We were also speaking to George and Dr. Teresa earlier today. They did some incredible things for us. And then today we had a gentleman reach out to us that is not in our team and is not in our organization. From, like I said, another team, but he is an orthopedic surgeon and he saw that our daughter Elise was hurt and he had his own thoughts about what could be happening for Elise, that he didn't think that it was a tear because of a pop, and he offered all this up. He's an orthopedic surgeon, so we've been talking to him all day. What we have here at LifeVantage, you guys, is so big. Do you understand the magnitude? The true magnitude of what we have our hands on here. And when I want you just to stop and think, number one, what got you attracted to this gorgeous, beautiful company? Go back to the very beginning of when you were introduced, the journey of it, to maybe when you had the aha, to the point of meeting the people, maybe then to the point of going to your first event, maybe to like being skeptical, is this real? Then meeting, maybe you've had a time in desperate need of just anything in your life where you've been down and you've had some troubles, and has your LifeVantage family been there for you? Whether it's support or prayers or bringing things or, like this gentleman out of the blue, reaching out to his upline saying, I don't know how to reach Michelle, but I got to get in touch with her. She needs to know this information. A person that just cares so much. I don't know if you saw my post earlier today when I said, LifeVantage has the products. Is there anybody here that would ever miss Protandim? Ever? Will you ever miss it one ever day of your life? Never. Right? And then you talk about other things, Axio, collagen, like all these things. Never. That is a stable business. Stable. We had only Protandim when we got started in this business for a long time. How many years, honey? Oh, he just took something. For quite some time. Our PV was 40 PV. We built a business on 40 points and 40 points and 40 points and 40 points, but we didn't think anything. It's a mission. The whole world needs it. Still today, there are less than 80,000 consultants globally, less than that in the world. How many people live here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota? 200,000 people or so. That's like less than half of the world's consultants are here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which means we have the rest of the state, which South Dakota is not big, which means we have the rest of the US. Today, I found out that the Evolve Compensation Plan, the enhanced compensation plan went to everywhere except for Thailand. So it went to Singapore and Taiwan and all these other places. How big are those places? Do you think we have a huge opportunity here when we talk about a stable business? And when you have a stable business, what happens? Let me see, like in the comments, what happens when you have to you in your life when you have a stable business? Let's just say if everybody in the world just is doing Protandim Nerf 2, not even all the other amazing things. Tell me how that makes you feel if you have a retention of 80% plus. Do you know that our Healthy Glow Stack, you guys, has a retention on average of about 80%? Do you think we should get everybody in the world on Healthy Glow Stack, activated liquid collagen, and Protandim Nerf 2? 80% retention. Do you know what is like normal in this business? 30 is good. We have over 80%, and the whole world is out there. So we have products that the world needs and products that the world deserves. Nikki Elsing sent me a voice message about a couple different testimonies that she heard this past week, and it put me in tears. You know, I like to do the high five. Put a 5 in the chat if you've been in tears because of what these products have done for people or for yourself or the family. So yes. So I really, really, really want you tonight to write down again, like, why am I doing this business? There's 102 people on here, and it is so amazing. And you've been chosen to be here, and you've taken the time tonight. And if you feel in the depths of your soul that this mission is so big, I want you to put a 10. I'm sorry, I'm getting all into this chat stuff, but I want you to put a 10. If you feel in the depths of your soul that this is a mission that the world really needs, put a 10 in the chat, because we've got a massive mission. And there's, oh my gosh, a lot of people in the world that need this. They need these products. Their kids need these products. Everybody needs these products. Oxidative stress is real. If you look at all the stuff, inflammation, I mean, all these people out there in the world that are talking about health stuff are all talking about what all of our products do, right? The Good Energy book, people are freaking out about how amazing that book is. Whoa, that is all LifeVantage, you guys. It is so, so good. So we have this mission. We have this stability in, you know, we already know the retention on Healthy Glow, about 80%. Protandim has been around forever. Does anybody have research like we do on Protandim Nerf 2? I want your belief to like be skyrocketed, you guys. Have you seen anybody that's had research like Protandim Nerf 2? Holy mama. Talk to me. We say Protandim will help you sleep at night, but LifeVantage will keep you awake. Yes? Get those lists out, go through those numbers. Yes, George. Come on, George. I saw you clapping there. It is like the coolest thing. So we got that. We know everybody needs it, right? We know the retention for all that is killer good. So what does happen for you when you're sharing, when we get those blessings, when we tear up with people because of the results that they have? What happens to you and then to those people along the way that decide to do the business with you as well? What happens to your business? It gives you some, right? We all start at 0. Every single person. I'm looking at Tanya because she's in the screen right next to me. She was there with me in the very beginning. Yes. Yes. Tanya, how good was I at talking to you about LifeVantage? Unmute. Let's be real.
That's back in the day when there was a lot of email chitter chatter and they were very long.
Yeah. How long was my email to you?
Very long, very long.
I spoke through email and talked as much as I did in email as I am right now. And so they talk about, passion. How passionate are you being? Are you thinking too much about how you're going to share with people? About what are the right words that are going to be that come out? Or are you just letting your heart go? Sometimes we just get in our head about what is there going to be the right thing to say? Are they going to judge me? I don't know enough about the products. I don't know enough about the business. I don't know enough about, oh my gosh, if they ask me a question I don't know about, I need to learn this. No. Yes, Tanya, let it go. Can you sing that for me, please? People want you to be you. Be you. Be convicted. Be short and sweet. I mean, you can be long like I was. Tanya is here. She put up with me emailing and talking forever, but I was convicted. And I did say, Tanya, you need this. Your husband needs this. We need to do this together. But what I just want to get at, you guys, is be you. And when you don't have those answers, using third party and having somebody else speak with you changed our business. Put a 3 if that's changed your business. If anybody else, if you've ever needed somebody else just to come in. I remember people saying it to me and I'm like, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't want to bother people. I don't know how my friend will feel about that. People are so grateful that somebody else would share something like that. It just changed. So then you get stability. You get their belief growing because they heard another story from somebody else. And so that is there, and then they last longer. So always remember, even after they've enrolled to be a customer consultant, add another story in, or, oh, I want you to hear Tanya like, oh, hey, Megan, I just was thinking about you. I was just talking to Tanya and she told me something that reminded me of you. Tanya, can you tell Megan super quick what your story was? Just something super quick like that. And then in our customer pages, you guys, remembering to tag people. Think about like, oh, I thought about you. Boom. It just adds that again. But now we're getting again to this stability and this leveraged income. I remember when we first got started and they talked about, you want to have a business where you can make money while you sleep. And I was like, okay, that's nice. It kind of sounded cheesy, right? But it's legit. And it's real. And it can be real for you, and it can be real for your family and your friends and all the people that you're out there sharing things with. And once you understand the magnitude of how real it is, that gets just as emotional as the products. It gets so emotional when you have stability in your business that you can earn an income as well to make an impact. And when you have to step away or when you have to do things, it's not going to hurt you. It's going to bring you peace. It's going to bring you confidence. It's going to be what some people call that insurance policy. It's going to bring so much. So you've got that. And then you couple that with all the relationships here. It is a perfect storm, what we have here. I remember in the very beginning when we first got started, it all seemed too good to be true. But let's see, I always keep saying, let's just put a 1. Put a 1 in the chat if it seemed too good to be true when you first got introduced. Like, all these products seem way too good to be true. Where's the wrong in these? They keep talking about all the science and all these great things. Okay, now, the business. Oh, they're on the NASDAQ. Oh, Erin Brockovich. Whoa, she's on the board. Oh my gosh. They were in Time magazine. Wait a second. The skincare system is better than Strivectin? What are you telling me? Are you telling me that the Kentucky Derby horses were on Protandim? What? Are you kidding me? Have you seen the brain mapping, right? Before and after with Protandim and Axio? Are you kidding me? You're telling me Pet Tandem, the guy that created through HeartGuard, the HeartGuard guy, one of the creators of Pet Tandem, or through HeartGuard, I'm sorry, is a consultant with LifeVantage. He saw the science and is all about Protandem and has all of his pets on Pet Tandem and Protandem. I'm sorry, Sean. He just said I'm going to need a few minutes. But you sit here and you go through all this, and you have to understand, like, if one of these things was just a part of LifeVantage, just one of these little things, you could have the most beautiful, powerful, stable business for as long as you want. But we've got so many amazing things that sometimes we complicate it when we get in our heads. And we want you to have peace in your life. We want you to have wow. We want you to have excitement. And I am going to stop talking, Sean, because it is 7:51 already Central, and he's got a lot to say.
I love it. I love it. She's fired up tonight, right, guys?
I can't help it.
It reminds me back in the day doing meetings, her and Mark Gordon, they would, in the hour, they would take like 58 minutes, and then I would have like 2 minutes at the very end to talk about business. So I'm well versed in this, and I can squeeze in a lot in a short amount of time. So we're good. But I really want to ask you guys this question. On the 15th of this month, if you had an extra $1,000 or $2,000 that hit your account because of the sharing and educating you did with LifeVantage, would that make a difference? What things in your life would be impacted if you could build up that leveraged income side to 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, something that would impact not only yourself, but the people you do life with? And is it worth it? Because let's be honest, this is work. There can be challenging days, there can be really, really awesome days, but it takes effort and energy. And that's the number one question to keep you going day after day after day in this is my desire to achieve bigger than my desire to stop? And what would my life look like both ways? Because time's going to pass regardless. You know, I can't believe we're already into March. Pretty soon we're going to be talking about graduations and heading into summer and stuff like that. But what would Michelle and I's life look like if 14 years ago we saw the information and did nothing with it? The past like month and a half for us has been pretty challenging. I ended up going into the doctor's office, and pretty much my entire upper spine is messed up, C2 to C7. I have at least 3 bulging discs and 1 herniated disc that's causing me excruciating pain day after day after day. And today I was sitting here on a Zoom and I was thinking to myself, what would have happened if I was still at Citigroup and having to go into the office, lead a team, manage different functions, and I didn't have control of my time? What would that look like? I'm super, super thankful that we said yes. But I'm more thankful that after the yes, we didn't stop. You are going to get no's. You are going to get people that think that you're crazy. You are going to have times that you're just like, when am I going to get the next yes? The one thing I can promise you is if you don't quit before that next yes, and you share like Michelle was talking about earlier, you're sharing with your heart, you're sharing with passion, conviction, the next yes is going to come. And I was on the SE call, and I was listening to somebody talk about one of their stucks and having 6 people on their team, and none of them really wanted to do what was necessary to build. And that's the reality, right? We can sign up 6 people and they might not do much with this besides take the products, but maybe it's the 7th person. But it might not be the 7th person, it might be the 17th person. And the one thing that I can tell you is it doesn't take a lot of the right people, but you've got to find them by searching through all the other people. And so I want to spend a little bit of time tonight just going over the income disclosure statement, because this is one of the most valuable tools that you can use with sharing with other people. Not only the product side, we're really good at sharing the product side for the most part, especially the products that we're super excited about. Put in the comments what your favorite LifeVantage product is. For me, I go back and forth between Collagen and Axio. Like those are my, like, I absolutely love them. Protandim NRF2, yes, but those two are the ones that I just love to talk about. And if you can mix that excitement with just a little splash of the business and ask good questions of people, you're going to find people that see it like we see it. And so this income disclosure statement came out last month. It's going to be covering all of last year as far as the numbers. And this column that I have highlighted right now, this is the column that I use almost every presentation to talk about the business. I don't get into the weeds about how we make money, because the average person I'm talking to, they don't know what a leadership match is or level bonus or anything like that. What they want to know is, if I put my energy and effort into this, what is possible? And that's this column right here. And when I asked about an extra $1,000 or $2,000, I asked that because that's something that I ask people and put into their mind during a presentation. And I want to break this down into a couple different areas along with the ranks that go with them. So the first set of ranks are going to be consultant and consultant 3. And on the right, I just put in there from the compensation plan, the volume that it would take to get to these ranks. So if we look at consultant 3, it takes 1,000 in volume. Your orders, your customer orders, any consultants under you, all their customers. And on average, a person is making an extra $161 a month. How many of you guys would that pay for a decent portion of the products that you take with LifeVantage? And how cool of a story is that to tell somebody that you're excited about, that maybe is a little bit squirmish about the cost of the product, to share with them, if we can get you to consultant 3, you'll make around $161 a month and offset a good chunk of the products that you want to take. But I think that that's just like the very, very first step in here, because as you start to go down these ranks, the numbers blow me away. Senior consultants. So SC1 to SC3, we just had an amazing training that was done about 45 minutes ago on this. And that volume is anywhere from $2,000 to $6,000 in your business at this SC level. But look at those ranges on the income that could add to somebody. 316, 531, 934, almost $1,000 at SC3. Would that make an impact? Would that change somebody's month and their mindset when they see that happen on the 15th of the month? They get a check for $934. But again, I think if we stop there, we're taking away from the gift that you guys have. You all have your hands on a multi-million-dollar business. We just have to get better at telling the story and bringing in others to share the parts of the story that we're really not good at yet at telling. But over the time, if you tell the story long enough, it's like reading a kid's book, right? If your kids have a favorite story that they wanted to hear every night when you're tucking them into bed, pretty soon you don't need the book open to even tell the story. But it's that practice and telling it over and over and over again that gets you to that point. MCs, how many people on this call are in the MC levels? Just drop in the chat there. The MC one, $1,700 a month, you guys. MC2 is double that, 34, and then $6,700 a month at MC3. We could stop there, and that's going to be income replacing for most Americans, right? But again, it doesn't stop there. The executive levels and presidential, you guys, if I would have been told this information of this is possible for less than $1,000 investment when we first got started, I wouldn't have believed it. And there wasn't an income disclosure statement when we first got started, so we didn't have to worry about that. I was the skeptical guy. I was used to spending thousands, if not tens of $1,000s a month on different businesses to get them to produce 3, 4, 5 days of income at the end of the month after we're paying all the expenses. But look at those EC levels. EC1, $14,000 a month on average. Even if it took you a decade to get there, would it be worth it? Would all the no's be worth it? The time and energy and the questioning that you got? If you could get to that level, what would change? EC2, 20 grand, EC3, 43. And I know some of these numbers are like mind blowing and really not able to wrap your head around necessarily, but it's possible. If somebody else has done it, I guarantee you it's possible. And that's the cool thing about network marketing, you guys, is this is a duplication or replication business. It's following the path that others have already shown to work to get where you want to get. At Citigroup, we weren't telling our peers why we were good at what we did, because the next raise, the next promotion was dependent on separating yourself from everybody else and not leveling the playing field. It was having secrets, having reasons why you were doing something better and different. That is not network marketing. And then the presidential level, you guys, the average presidential, $130,000 a month. And I think back to like all the school I went to, the extra education I got in college, master's degrees. And then I get into Wells Fargo, and I think that first offer was $33,500 a year coming out with an MBA. What if that next person you talk about blows it up and goes to the top of the company? What if they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, and all of a sudden you have a team like Michelle was talking about in Taiwan or Singapore, Japan, and all of a sudden you have 5,000 consultants across the world? What would that do? But I think we gravitate sometimes to the safety net of the products when people want and are praying and begging for something to change financially in their life. And so it's not up to us to decide what information we're going to share with specific people and pick and choose. We've been there. We've done that. It doesn't work great. Ask great questions and share the whole picture, at least at a 10,000-foot level. I know every single person on this call, you could pull up this income disclosure sheet. You could circle a few of these numbers on there and ask the question, which number on here would be worth you putting 10, 12 hours a week into a business and earn money while you learn what to do? What number on there would be worth it a year from now to dedicate some time in your spare time to get there? Because the reality is there's a lot of people coming into this company that are growing a lot faster than Michelle and I ever did. It's not $40 at a time anymore. I think the average order the last time I heard was $128 per person. So if you had about 10 people on there, you have $1,000 in volume, you're going to earn, let's say, $161 at consultant 3. But do you want to triple that or double that? Or maybe you're like me, where you do want to get out from what is your primary source of income. But how do you get off that hamster wheel as life gets more and more, right? The things that are keeping us attached to things we don't want to be attached to sometimes has a massive grip on people. But how many people are going to bed tonight saying, when is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my chance? When am I going to have that opportunity? I know we've talked about this, like Tanya, you're on my screen too. You're just up there tonight. So I remember having that conversation and hearing Tanya talk about the reason she kept signing up for network marketing companies. She wanted her chance. She wanted her opportunity. What would life look like for her if she hadn't poured the time and energy she has over decades to get where she is? The big thing to me, you guys, as we go through this, is I really want you to know there isn't anything special we've done except consistently build with excitement and passion. We've put in the time. Our world has been upside down. Sometimes it's for months, sometimes it's for days. But our first 2 years in the business, life was upside down because we knew the short-term sacrifice was going to lead to something that would change everything. And it has. It has. And I promise you, I wouldn't have said one word of what I've said if I didn't believe still today that window of opportunity is open for every single one of you and every single person you bring into LifeVantage. It's wide open, but we've got to find the spark. That's why I asked you what your favorite product was. Are you talking about that product enough? Are you showing people, whether it's socially or online, that you use these products? What are you willing to do a little bit different today and tomorrow that maybe you haven't over the last couple months, couple of years with LifeVantage? If you fine tune just a few more skills, could you go up a rank or 2 ranks? If you have that one more interaction with that person that maybe isn't doing much right now, and ask them why they got excited about this in the first place and help them get back to that fuel, would it change? I'm super, super excited that we have Global Convention coming up soon. I'm going to wrap it up. I don't want to keep talking forever, but there's just been a lot on my heart with this stuff that we've gone through the last couple months, and the value of the time that we put in 14 years ago, 12 years ago, 10 years ago. Because some of that still is the concrete foundation of what we have today. Global. If you're not registered yet, will you please do that by the end of today? We got to brag about our team today on the FAB call because we have over 350 people registered for Global. And that excites me. That puts more fuel in the tank. We had a leader call on Sunday where we were talking about different things we could do for people at the event, how we could celebrate new people. But you got to be there, right? There's some really, really cool things on the horizon. We have an amazing, amazing corporate staff. We have the products. We have what it takes. The compensation plan works. I promise you that. Will you do just a little bit more? Will you find more fuel, more passion, more excitement to keep going? Because you can get there. All right. I'll throw it back to you, Michelle. End it, wrap it up. I know that there's another team call at 8:15 that some of these people got to get to.
Yes, I know. Okay. Global, put a 5 in the chat, a high 5 in the chat if you're going to Global. And if you're not, like he said, you just need to hashtag decide tonight. It was 2 weeks before the first ever convention when we had signed up, and Carrie Williams came back at me at least 7 times. I had said no. I said thanks, but no thanks, thanks, but no thanks, thanks, but no thanks, thanks, but no thanks, thanks, but no thanks. And then she finally said, it'll cut 6 to 12 months off your learning curve. And I was in because I wanted to help people. I had no clue that there was a business. There was no earnings disclosure statement. I didn't care about it. I just wanted to help people. And then I saw the vision of what happened there. And you guys, it's legit. And everything changed at that moment. And then I also learned from Eric Worre over all the years. He said, if you miss an event, you start basically back at 0. And he doesn't mean that in like, you're just done. It's just like the belief and all of that. Like it's, you know, it's like, it just takes he's like, it just feels like it can take a whole year off. And I had a gentleman in our team who had to miss an event, and we know that these things can happen, right? We know. And there's certain things that come up and whatnot, but literally do everything that you can. And he said, Michelle, he was right, because everybody needs that energy. They need that belief. They need all those things. So I am going to tonight, I'm just deciding right now. I don't know what I'm going to send out. What giveaway should I do? If you're not registered, for everybody that's registered, they're going to get a prize, and I'm going to do a raffle tomorrow. So tonight, get your entire team, reach out to everybody, say, I'm coming. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. We're going. We're going to have a good time. It's going to change our lives. It's going to make an impact. Axio? Jen says Axio. Okay. I will do an Axio. I will do an Axio giveaway. Dog says hat. I'll do an Axio giveaway. So get registered. I'm going to take the list of the registered people tomorrow, and we're going to raffle off an Axio charcoal face mask. That would be so good too. I think I might have some actually. So get registered. If you don't know how, get with your team. Alaska, this is the last month for Alaskan qualifications. So check the trackers, make sure all the qualifications are there. And you guys, we love you. This whole call, the whole heart of everything, when we say you guys are on our hearts 24/7, you are. We pray for you when we wake up. We pray for you when we go to bed, and we think about you all throughout the day. And when we have our own life moments, like with Sean's injury and now our daughter's injury, and you guys having to make some financial decisions to help heal my husband and my daughter, and not have to think about whether we can do those things or not. Trust me, things that work are not cheap. Just saying. Just saying. And it's a real deal. And Tanya's asking if we're going to tease about next month. We're going to close this out, but Tanya, you want to tease about next month? I'm going to let Tanya.
I think you should tease, like, so
We might have a killer
big
speaker.
incentive.
We might have something good. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear. I know we're over time. We're way over, but it's just that good. I don't know how much. Has anybody here ever been a part of our LifeVantage family when there was something called Performance Club? Anybody? Put a 5 in the chat if you kind of liked it, or if you loved it, and if it brought great energy, and if it brought great focus, and if it brought just zippity doo dah day, because you knew you could do it, you knew your whole team could do it, and you knew you could have a killer, awesome celebratory call that was going to fill you up and stretch you, and have a special guest speaker that would blow your mind every month. Okay, well, Tanya and I basically had a conversation today. And we were talking last week. And maybe I said to Tanya, what about one of your besties that you mastermind with regularly? And she's like, hey, so here's a lesson. Reach out to people and always ask the question, because you never know what's going to happen. She reached out to this individual and they said, ... capital YES. Mia might be onto something. I don't know if you want to look in the chat, Tanya, but Dylan says no way. Might be true. Maybe. might be true. Tanya, is this a big deal?
It's a big flipping zippity doodah deal.
So, yes, we are going to be having Bob Heilig in April. We are bringing back Performance Club, people. And if you have no idea what that is, don't you worry. We will have a special call and we will talk all about it. And you're going to be jacked up because you're going to be like, I'm going to be in that. And yes, it's attainable for every single person. Day 1 new, day 13 years, whatever. And we are going to find people every month that are going to pour into you, and so that you have me. I have some fun. I was reading Mary Severson say, hit me with the qualification details. So we'll get back to you on that probably tomorrow with some other good stuff. But are you guys excited? Put your favorite emoji in and then we'll get off here. We weren't going to share it tonight, but I think it's great that we did, because Bob Heilig is pretty amazing. More than amazing. And Performance Club, I'm just telling you, so fun. We were going to revamp it after the Evolve enhancements, so. Okay, everybody, who's ready to get out your phone and to go through A through Z and get out and invite people to those awesome specific March Madness calls, and get with your team. Let's do some three-ways and some Zooms and all the other things. Let's just fill the calendar. March Madness in full effect. All right, we are so chatty tonight. God bless you all. I'm sending you a hug. We believe in you. We love you. We want the world for you, and everything is possible. Hashtag of horse, right? Yes. Do you believe? Yes. Nod. Yes. Do you believe? Okay. Believe. We love you. Mwah. Thanks for putting up with us tonight. Go register for Global. I want to give away Axio. Okay. Bye.